So let's talk about the Xiaomi Mi Mix 4, shall we? Hey, what's up? It's always me, Johnny, and welcome to my new video. So this time we are gonna talk about the Mi Mix 4, as I said before, because the other day Xiaomi just announced this new smartphone. And this will be the first smartphone from Xiaomi with an under-display camera. So let's talk about a little bit of the Mi Mix series, because Xiaomi made this phone just to try new tech trends, we can say, to test it on actual product, and not a low product, but actually an high-end product, because the Mi Mix phones are actually some premium phone. They are like the top smartphone right now. So let's talk about a little bit of this phone, and let's talk about a little bit of this under camera display. So this year Xiaomi just did this test on the Xiaomi Mi Mix 4, and actually there were some rumor on the Mi Mix 4 that probably should have an under display camera, and in fact it is like this. I did also a rumor video on that phone. So if you are interested in this tech video, in tech news video and rumors, just subscribe right now to this channel, because I usually do this kind of video, and so you will be updated on all the tech news. Talking about the under display camera of this Mi Mix 4, they call it CAP, and so they mean very easily camera under panel. So there is this camera, it's a standard camera under the screen panel. Actually, as the name says, they actually just build the screen in a certain way that the light just go through the screen and goes into the camera. And of course the camera is not one of the best, because with an under display camera, as we already seen on the ZTE phone or maybe the new Galaxy Fold 3, you can see that the camera is not the best quality, because it's a little bit like out of focus. You know, the image, it is not very clear, of course, because in front of the camera you have the screen panel, and so this is why they still have not the best quality yet. And so they just managed to just get some light through the screen. And I've seen some videos about this phone, and somebody that has already the phone in some ways, I don't know how, and I'm talking about Chinese people, of course, because they just presented in China. And from the videos, you cannot see the camera as you can see it on the other phones like the ZTE and also the Fold 3. So I am very curious about that, to see it in person. But for now, it does seem very good. I mean, as I was saying before, it is not a camera for the quality, but it is a camera for the design most of all, because you have a screen with no notches, no bezels, and so it is very, very cool to see. So as I was saying at the beginning, this is a top phone, we can say, so a premium phone, because it does have a 6.67 inches display. It is curved, so very good on design. It is 120 Hz, so top specs in every way. And with this new Mi Mix 4, we have like a unibody of ceramic, because it is not ceramic like the Mi 11 Ultra, that it has only the back in ceramic, but this one, it is just like an old body in ceramic, and so it is very, very premium. So you can choose it in different colors. They just presented the white, of course, the black, and also a gray version. So you can choose for now between these three colors, so very standard, of course. And it comes with a Snapdragon 888 Plus, so it is an overclocked version of the Snapdragon 888 that you can find on pretty much any top phone of Xiaomi and other brands. And we already know that the Snapdragon 888 is eating a lot when it's working, because it's a very powerful SoC. And so an overclocked version of that SoC, it is going to be more warm than the classic Snapdragon 888. And so they said that they managed to create a new cooling system. I don't know how it's done and how it is, but they say that the temperature will not go as high as they should be. We have a 4500 milliampere battery, so it's not like a very big battery, but it is a standard one. And it's actually because you have like some super fast charging, and you have with wired connection 120 watt charging and just 50 watt in wireless charging. So this is not a new thing, because we have already seen the 120 watt charge on the Mi 10 Ultra of I think 2 years ago, but they decided to bring this feature also on this Mi Mix 4. Then for the camera, we have a standard 108 megapixel sensor that is the main sensor. Then we have an 8 megapixel periscope sensor that has like a 5x zoom, and then we have a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle that Xiaomi talked about a little bit more on the presentation, because they say they just fixed the distortion on the ultra wide shots. This is we can say an issue with every phone, because the lens are just super wide, and so the distortion maybe around the subject, it is pretty much visible, but they just managed to fix this distortion. We have to see the results, because we didn't see already any shots apart from the presentation shot, but let's hope for the best, of course. Then for the price, when we convert like the Chinese price to the European price, because I am in the European market, we are around like 600 to 700 euros that are just not too low, but not too high too, because it is a premium smartphone. So if the smartphone comes here at like 700 euros, I think it will be like a very good thing, but it will not be like that, of course. But if it will be like around 1,000 euros, it could be like a very good choice for many people. And then remember, of course, that they just presented this smartphone in China, and so that smartphone, it is for now just for China market. So it is not coming for now to Europe or America, and we don't have any date yet for the launch of this smartphone in any other part of the world. Then this was the main thing about the Xiaomi presentation, but they have actually presented another device that it is the Mi Pad 5. There were a lot of talking on the internet about this Mi Pad 5, and now that we have seen it, it is kind of like the iPad Pro. It does look a lot like the iPad Pro, of course. And we have also two versions, because we have the Mi Pad standard and we have the Mi Pad Pro. And of course we have two different levels on these two devices, like performance and cameras and stuff like that. But we have a very, very interesting price for these devices. And actually, when you convert the Chinese price to the European market, we got like for the normal version, we have 260 euros and 320 euros for the Pro version. So for the hardware that they have and for the feature that they have, I think it is like a killer price. It is very, very low. Of course, it will be a little bit higher when it comes, and if it comes here in Europe, but if we start from this price, that should be very, very good. Then we have an 11-inch screen with a resolution of 2560 by 1600. So it is a big resolution for a 11 inches screen. And we have, of course, the 120 Hz here too. We have a peak brightness of 500 nits, so it is very good. I mean, it is pretty much very visible. And we have two different batteries for the different model. So we have like a slightly bigger battery on the normal version and a little bit smaller battery on the Pro version. So we're talking about like on the normal version 8720 milliampere battery and 8600 milliampere on the Pro version. This is because on the normal version we have only a 33 watt charging power, and on the Pro version we have a 67 watt charging power, so like double the power than the normal one. You can find 4 speakers on the normal version, the Mi Pad 5, and on the Mi Pad 5 Pro you can find 8 speakers with Dolby audio, so it should be very, very good. And you can find on these devices some good accessories like the pen that it just sticks to the side of the Mi Pad like the iPad, as we already know. And we have, of course, the cover with the keyboard just integrated to the cover. And for the performance, we have a Snapdragon 860 for the Mi Pad 5, and for the Pro version we have a Snapdragon 870. I mean, they are not the most powerful chipset on the market right now, because we have the 888 and the 888 Plus, as we already know. But I mean, for this price and for all of these components, I think we are on point. And for the everyday tasks with a tablet, I mean, it should be more than enough. Then for the Xiaomi presentation, that was it pretty much. So if you are interested in one of these devices, just let me know it down below in the comment so we can chat a little bit more about it. If you liked this video, if you find it like somewhat useful, just leave a like down below because it will be very much appreciated. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already to this channel, just subscribe right now because I mean, it's free, so why you don't do it right now? And that being said, I think I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.